Today I want to share with you some information about what is the difference between creating a haircut with a technical approach or creating a haircut by sculpting. They are basically two different techniques. One of the techniques is a little bit more precise. The other technique is more about feeling. So let's talk first about the technical part. I really believe that a very strong foundation should start with the technical part. Even if we are feeling a little bit afraid about the meaning of haircutting, is basically when we're creating a haircut, we are creating a geometric shape on a space. That's basically what we are doing. So it's extremely important that when we are creating a haircut, it's extremely important to understand that there are angles, that there are shapes, and having the technical part of the technical education is extremely important. The other way to approach is more sculpting. It's a little bit more having the feeling. I have some of my friends, amazing hairstylists, very successful hairstylists, that they use this technique where basically they are shaping, reshaping, a shape that at the end the haircut is gonna have a lot of texture. It's gonna have a lot of freedom. It's gonna have a lot of movement. The hair is gonna move in different directions just because they were reducing a lot of weight when they are texturizing. The technical part is a little bit different. The technical part is about, or this is the way to approach this haircut. It's more about understanding angles, understanding body postures, understanding the tension in a very precise way. Many years ago, we created haircuts that they were only with precise techniques. And these techniques, they use very solid, very square lines. And it was until probably the 80s when we started doing a lot of texturizing techniques. To really become a hairstylist with a really strong foundation, we need to understand the two different ways that we can approach when we are doing a haircut. The technical part and the sculpting part. The sculpting part is at the same time has a lot of information. It's not about just going and start taking hair and texturation just from here and from there. No, there are different techniques. Every single technique has a different technical information that we have to use. Leonardo da Vinci and many great artists, they understand that working with the basics of geometry, basics of what we call visual mathematics was extremely important for them to create art. For many years, many hairstylists, they talk to me and they say, well, we don't do precise hair cutting anymore. It's more about the texturizing. I really believe that you will have a better results every single time you're doing a haircut if you have the technical part. It's like pretty much like creating a very clean, let's go say a square shape, very clean round shape. And then after that, then you start texturizing. Sometimes you want to texturize by creating the line a little bit more softer. There are different techniques in how you can do something like this. Or sometimes you want to reduce the weight from that haircut. So when you are doing a precise haircut and then when you're texturizing, it's just fantastic. Your clients go back home and they can see the haircut is perfectly even because you use the technical part. But then at the same time, it's extremely light or it can create a lot of volume, and that's because you use the technique. So I really highly recommend any hairstylist, especially young hairstylists, that go back and learn the technical part. The technical part is fun. It's pretty much like when we are doing color. We need to understand chemistry. It's exactly the same thing with hair cutting. With hair cutting, we need to understand the geometry of hair cutting.